Why did Spanish authority collapse after the Battle of Ayacucho? Imagine a moment when the tide turns so dramatically that an empire's grip begins to slip away forever. That moment happened in December 1820, during the Battle of Ayacucho. This battle was the final major clash in South America's fight for independence from Spain. It was not just a fight over land but a battle for the soul of a continent. The Patriot forces, led by General Antonio José de Sucre and guided by the brilliant leadership of Simón Bolívar, faced off against the last stronghold of Spanish royalist troops. The Spanish army was commanded by Viceroy José de la Serna. When the dust settled, the Patriot forces had won decisively. The Spanish royalists surrendered their weapons, their positions, and their hopes of holding onto their South American colonies. This victory marked the end of Spain's ability to control its vast territories in the region. Several things caused this collapse. First, the Spanish royalist army had been fighting in tough terrain for years. The Andean mountains and highlands drained their resources. They suffered from hunger, disease, and desertion. Their supplies were so low that they could only last a few days without resupply. Second, the Patriot armies had become stronger and more organized. Bolívar and Sucre coordinated their troops well, bringing reinforcements from Colombia and other regions. They knew the terrain and used it to their advantage. The battlefield was a flat plain surrounded by mountains and ravines, perfect for the Patriots' tactics. Third, there were internal divisions among the Spanish. Some royalist commanders, influenced by liberal ideas and opposed to King Ferdinand VII's absolutist rule, secretly preferred a Patriot victory. These disagreements weakened their unity and resolve. Fourth, after the battle, the capitulation of Ayacucho was signed. This treaty officially ended Spanish military presence in Peru. It meant Spain had to surrender all military assets and territory. The defeat at Ayacucho was the final blow that shattered Spain's hopes of reasserting control. It was also the culmination of earlier victories in other battles, like the Battle of Junín, which had already weakened Spanish forces. The broader context was that independence movements had been growing across Latin America. The victory at Ayacucho inspired other regions to fight for their freedom. It symbolized the triumph of Latin American unity and resilience. The event is celebrated as a key moment in Latin American history. It marked the end of colonial rule and the beginning of independent nations. The collapse of Spanish authority after Ayacucho opened the door for new governments, laws, and social changes. It also encouraged other independence efforts across the continent. In the end, the defeat was so complete that Spain could no longer maintain its grip on South America. The victory at Ayacucho became a symbol of liberation, strength, and the birth of new nations.